75 degrees out, 105 degrees in the van. Yeah, I'm at Look Memorial Park today, guys. Thought I'd stretch my legs at this beautiful park here in Northampton, Massachusetts. It's a cute, quirky little park. There's a narrow gauge train over here. Might be a kiddie thing, I'm not sure. There's one tennis court, there's one miniature golf court, there's one pavilion. It's kind of weird, like you think of everything you might potentially see in a park, like a fountain, a pond, a bench, blah, blah, blah. This park has exactly one of everything. But you know, I never would have explored this place had I not slept nearby and lived in a van. So it's a great segue to what I want to talk to you guys about. Today's video might be a bit more controversial. I titled it 3 Reasons Why You Should Live in a Van. Every time I do these behind the scenes van videos, they get a lot of views and a lot of comments, people from different walks of life and all their hot takes on van life. Also, I'll preface by saying I'm speaking of the experience of someone who lives in a van by choice. I realize there are people out there, truly homeless people who live in a vehicle like in a lot somewhere because they don't have any money and they have maybe addictions and can't move. I'm not speaking of the experiences of those people. The first reason is that van life has forced me to explore and see new places, like Look Memorial Park. When you live in a vehicle, there's a good chance you're gonna wake up in a different place every single day. If you're like me, you like to be outside a lot. I like to go for long walks as often as possible. When I lived in an apartment or a house, I would do the same walks over and over again because I always woke up in the same place and I always went back to the same place to sleep. There are so many cool state parks, quirky, weird things out there in the country. I would say I have seen more in the last 2 years of those things than I have in 100 lifetimes before that. Number 2 reason why living in a van has been awesome for me. You can literally drive away from most problems. Let me make the analogies to when I lived in an apartment or a house. I had problems with neighbors who would give me a hard time. I had this one psycho when I lived in an apartment in Boston who would trip the breakers in the basement when he thought I was making too much noise well, in any case, he turned out to be schizo and we had to call the police on him. But when you're in a van, I could have just driven away from that. When you live in a house, you can have property disputes with neighbors, you can have problems with neighbors. I think for most people, the biggest problem is natural damage to the house, having to redo the roof, having to redo the foundation. Yeah, I guess in a van, I have to change the tires from time to time and get it serviced. I wouldn't say the two compare at all. My entire life is in that van. When that van moves, my life moves. As Henry David Thoreau said, simplify, simplify, simplify. And there's really nothing simpler than just getting in your vehicle and driving away. But number 3 reason why you should move into a van, and what is by far the most important to me, to break the inertia of life. I think for me, every 7 years or so, I just get this sense of boredom. That freaking tree. I get this sense of, I get the 7-year itch. I need to turn life upside down and do something new and sink myself into some new project. Van life has done exactly that. It's amazing how often we get into routines in our life and the years just start to drop off the calendar with us not really doing anything or talking about going somewhere and never doing it. The years just drop. Since I've moved into a van over the last 2 years, it's like time has slowed down. It's the complete opposite. Hopefully that pickup truck didn't ruin the audio because what I just said was profound. Time has slowed down since I moved into a van. I'm experiencing the moments of each and every day. It's just like every day is a new discovery. I'm discovering something new about myself, figuring out how to live, meeting new and interesting people, seeing new things. It's like a challenge and I'm overcoming it every day. It's just exhilarating. All right, folks, I think I may have wandered out of the park during that soliloquy I just gave you. I'm back on the street somehow. Well, I think I'll just keep following this road. Seriously, where the hell am I? I'm gonna have to re-watch this video and figure out how I got out of the park. Well, actually, there's like a little herd path down here. Maybe I can try to jump down here. Although this takes me back to the river. Now I'm walking a highway next to a chain link fence. Yeah, Look Park just lost a lot of points in my book. How can you just wander out of a park like that? I was just talking to you guys, and now I'm on the freaking dirty ass road. Well, at least there's like a waterfall or something up ahead. Let's see what they got over here. Walking around and exploring all these different parks, it really gives me a touchstone to compare and contrast and even criticize some of these parks. One thing I don't like about this one is there's a waterfall right here, like a really great landscape. They should have a little pavilion right here, some sort of concrete viewing pavilion, so people can look at that, not behind a chain link fence. Okay, well, I guess today's video is about exploring a country club. I have no idea how to get back to that park I was in. So I guess now I'm on the beautiful Spring Street in Northampton, a road that has a 45-mile-per-hour speed limit, but no sidewalks. I'm gonna have to walk it for like a mile or so. I'm hoping I come back up upon that Look Park. Some beautiful lawns on this street though, just wish they had sidewalks. So up ahead they have one of those blind curve mirror things, which is reassuring to me since I'm hiking on the shoulder. There's also some bikers here. Again, I'm at the country club, so I guess I'm just walking parallel to it. So there's some fucking glass in the road, a broken beer bottle. I kind of had to jump to the side to dodge a pickup truck and I cut my foot. Thank God a sidewalk again. My foot is pretty much painted red at this point from that cut. I hope it doesn't get infected. I think I just walked this sidewalk for a bit and Look Park should be coming back up on the left. I finally looked at the freaking map. Unfortunately, that Spring Avenue or whatever it was I was on was just going further and further away from the park with no hope of reconnecting. My plan B is trying to go through this Fairway Village hoity-toity private road community thing, try to scale a fence, ford a little stream that goes by there, and then sneak back into Look Memorial Park. So there's a little cul-de-sac that ends right here. I think I can go through the woods there, and then I just have to ford a little stream and maybe scale a little chain link fence. Okay, so it's straight freaking down from here. Is this even possible? Yeah, that is pretty freaking steep. So behind that tree is like a 30-foot drop. I need to slide down and catch that tree. I can't do this while holding the camera. That's the tree that I just clung on to for dear life. It seems like I scaled that thing in the worst possible place. Thankfully, this river's only knee-deep and I can ford it fairly easily. I should be back in Look Memorial Park right now. I just have to cut through the woods a little bit. Yeah, this video went in an entirely different direction, folks. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Should I just keep going? I really wanted to wrap up the video a while ago. Oh, I think we're just about... I see picnic benches. I see park-like things. I see that one pavilion. One thing this park does have is tons of day-use campsites. And they're all not in use. If people aren't using them on a day like today, then when do they get used? They're so beautiful, too, right here next to the river. Look Park is kind of weird. It's almost like a bunch of cobbled together little parks on a very naturey area right now with this oxbow stream kind of on all sides of me. No signs of any of those paths or those day-use campgrounds anymore. Very cozy, very cute. I like it a lot. I see my van. I made it back alive. This is a very easy park to get lost in if that's what you like to do, like what I like to do. I just wasted a bunch of hours here walking through a golf course, cutting my leg, fording a river, going down a gorge, and telling you guys a story about 3 ways van life has been awesome to me. Yeah, 3 ways van life is awesome. Breaking the inertia, every day's a new adventure, and driving away from your problems. I'm about to do all 3 right now, find a place to sleep. If I catch a great sunset somewhere, I'll throw it at the end of this video. Thanks for sticking along with me today, guys. Peace.